Welcome back. The Trump economy taking center stage just 1 week ahead of the midterm, 7 days away, folks. President Trump is continuing his rallies across the country, and he's stepping it up. A recent Fox News poll finds that the economy is the second most important issue to voters this year. That's just behind health care. Joining us right now is Allen & Company Managing Director, former Nebraska Senator Bob Kerrey. Senator, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
What do you think about the midterm, 7 days away? What's your take?
I'll be glad when 8 days away comes.
What are voters going to be voting with, you think? How does this play out?
I think you just said it. I mean, it's going to be the economy. It's going to be health care. It's going to be, we head in the right direction.
And your expectations?
I think the House is going to go Democratic. I think the Senate probably remains Republican. There'll be I think you're going to see the largest increase of former military personnel coming into Congress since the Second World War, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the mix is going to be, R&D, but I see a lot of young, and I'm sure you do as well, Pete, see a lot of younger people who've served their country, and it's a relatively small fraction because of the volunteer force. So I think you're going to see a lot of really smart, well-motivated people coming into Congress, and hopefully it'll help restore some confidence in the Article I branch.
So I agree, Senator, more veterans in Congress is a good thing, but do you believe that a mixed picture, a Democratic House and a Republican Senate, will actually restore faith, or will it deteriorate it even more? Because committee chairmanships and others are going to be controlled by partisans on all sides.
I hate to disappoint you on this point, but you should never look to Congress to restore faith.
It's a great point.
Confidence is a different matter.
Oh, boy.
No, I think Americans are not likely to be less skeptical as a consequence of whoever controls the Congress. I think there's a lot of very, very difficult things that have to occur. My hope would be, take the immigration issue, for example. My hope would be the president says that we've got to have a bipartisan bill. I hope he sees that.
He said that. It's on the table.
But the problem is, if you do immigration right, if you do immigration reform right, now let's say you represent the Republicans and I'm the Democrats, you can have Republicans who get crazy angry at you for agreeing.
Of course.
And I'm going to have Democrats that are crazy angry at me for agreeing to whatever compromise we come up with.
Especially now, since the Dems have gone all the way to the left.
But the Dems haven't gone all the way.
Are you sure? How about Alexandria Cortez?
She's not.
Tom Perez says she's the face of the party.
She is not the face.
Barack Obama just endorsed her.
Well, good for Barack Obama and his endorsement. That doesn't, she's not my face. And there's far more Democrats who have a much different political view, economic view than she does. So I don't think the Democratic Party, that is the face of the Democratic Party. If it is, we'll become the minority party.
Who's the face of the party right now?
Fortunately, at the moment, no one. We don't own the White House. We don't have a Democratic president. So, in the Democratic, the person, whoever the person is that's president, they become the face of the party. President Trump's become the face of the Republican Party. So you can't have 535 members of Congress, even though they get up in the morning and look in the mirror and see the President of the United States, they're not the President of the United States.
I'm just saying, a lot of people do not recognize the Democratic Party. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's true. It's true. There will be, and there is arguments going on in both parties about what the party ought to represent. That's why lots of people say, gee, why can't the party change? Changing a party is difficult because you get inside of it, and we're arguing about abortion, we're arguing about the death penalty, we're arguing about taxes, we're arguing about all kinds of things. I got to get you guys in, but let me just play this one soundbite from Claire McCaskill. You probably know what's coming, to give you a sense of what's going on within the party. Here's Claire McCaskill. Listen to this.
The crazy Democrats are people who walk in restaurants and scream in elected officials' faces. The crazy Democrats we have a state senator here in Missouri that actually advocated for the assassination of President Trump. That's a crazy Democrat. I would not call my colleagues crazy, but Elizabeth Warren sure went after me when I advocated tooling back some of the regulations for small banks and credit unions. I certainly disagree with Bernie Sanders on a bunch of stuff. I've done those kinds of things which do separate me, I think, from some of the knee-jerk folks that just are against the president no matter what.
What do you think, Senator? In Missouri, Claire McCaskill is campaigning on, I'm not a crazy Democrat.
Well, I think she's right. I mean, she and I probably agree on 99% of the issues. So, yeah, but both parties have what you would call crazy people inside of them. So it's not. And by the way, it's a word that probably is inappropriately applied. It's just people that are angry, and in the Democratic Party, they tend not to like corporations in the private sector, and they want to raise.
And they don't like Trump.
And they don't like Trump, but there were plenty of
like
Republicans.
the private sector?
Oh yeah, I mean there are plenty of Republicans who are angry and hateful of President Obama. So it's not like this is something we fell upon in the last couple of years. Yes,
it seems like we need some common. You speak with a lot of common sense, and we need more common sense in government.
It's a temporary aberration, I promise.
Well, you are seeing some of it. The fact that Claire McCaskill would come out and say that is a step. The fact that you've got Joe Donnelly in Indiana is actually trying to run on immigration enforcement in some way. So there are members of the party, but you get pushed further left. It becomes impeach Trump, Medicare for all, and abolish ICE. And you see that in some mainstream.
When the president goes on television and calls Democrats evil, when the president goes on television and says every single Democrat supports illegal immigration, it makes it difficult. We don't support illegal immigration.
But what do you support then? I mean, it's amnesty effectively. It's not a wall.
If you look at the compromise that was developed with the so-called Gang of Six.
The amnesty bill. Right.
Well, you call it an amnesty bill, but the question is, what are you going to do with people here who are illegal? If you want to ship them all home, then you would not support the bill. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you trade it for a solution to the wave of illegal immigration.
What you trade it for is dramatically improved security at the border. You trade it for saying, look, people who came here legally, people who are applying legally should be first in line. People who broke the law should be back of the line. They should be required to make a considerable effort to get in line and become legal. So you trade it for that sort of thing. But the elements of a compromise are in that bill. It's just that it's difficult to get it done for what I said before. If you're the R and you support it, you're going to get people, blowing you up on the right. And if I'm the D and I support it, I'm going to get people blowing me up on the left.
So many Democrats have fallen into the trap of identity politics. I would argue that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez gets all the support that she does because she's a woman, and if a prominent Democrat doesn't support her, they get called names. They get called a sexist. People experience that all over. The shaming. Again.
Ridiculous.
I don't know. It's kind of that's
you
all
don't
kind
see
of.
the shaming.
I think it's all kind of pathetic. I mean, if I feel horrible. Yeah, but I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not terribly interested in the debate.
You don't see that as an
over
infection of the Democratic Party identity politics?
I think it's a problem in the Democratic Party. It's a problem to a certain extent in the Republican Party because they get too concerned about it. It's not central to the problems the country faces. It's not central to the major challenges that we face. You can certainly.
Noise.
I know it's a lot of noise, and you can go to seminars and get a round of applause for saying all that stuff. But it doesn't solve the problem of immigration. It doesn't fix the entitlement problem.
It
doesn't make the government run better. It doesn't make certain that we've got an economy that is
a comprehensive thing. They wanted the DACA. I mean, they tried to attack immigration earlier this year. The Republicans did.
No, but the Republicans actually, the best compromise was when Republicans and Democrats were working together, and they did have, and when they met with the president, for a second it looked like the president was going to embrace that compromise legislation. But then he, understandably, concerned about his own right wing, said no.
Senator Bob Kerrey, thank you.